today's topic is domestic violence. Yes, a very heavy topic, but I hope we will learn a lot and I hope to hear from all of you. So sit tight and I'll join you in just a hot second. And we're live! Welcome to English Palette. My name is Jack and I am a professional English teacher who also teaches on Twitch / YouTube / Facebook for all of you boomers out there. Wherever you are, you can find me. And I'm just so glad that you decided to check us out. Well, today's topic is domestic violence. What is domestic violence? Well, it is the kind of violence that happens in the home or in relationships that are the closest to you. I'm looking forward to hearing from you regarding this topic. And and if you are joining us here for the first time, this is a Discord lesson. So we are live on Discord. And in a moment, I'll show you how you can connect with us if you want to be a part of this lesson. Well, everyone, happy Monday. How are you today? All right. This is how I'm feeling this morning. Wow, I feel good. All right. And I hope you're feeling good too. All right, everybody. I think it's time to start. Yes, indeed. I can hear the bells ringing. The school bells is ringing. The class is in session, everybody. All right. I hope you're as excited as I am about today's topic, even though today's topic is rather serious. It's a serious topic. That's right. That's why I'm going to play sad violins, but it's still an English lesson, and that means we should get excited about our learning. And in just a moment, I'll bring up the correct screen on the screen. So just sit tight. And I'll be with you in just a second. All right, everyone, welcome to English Palette. Here we go. All right, guys, as you can see, too many screens on the screen. I have so many screens happening here. That it makes my brain melt. My brain is in the meltdown mode. Anyway, I'm so glad to see the room is filling up with students, listeners. That's great. I hope you are going to participate today. The questions are not that difficult. Actually, the topic may seem serious, but the questions are not that hard. Well, just to, for those of you who are just joining us for the very first time, these are live lessons that are taking place on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. So if you are not familiar with what it is, well, just quickly head over to twitch.tv/English Palette. What you can do, the easiest way is to basically click on my Discord profile and the links are there. All right, and I can see there are already people saying hi here in the Twitch channel. That's great. Nice to see you guys. All right, so that's where we are going to be interacting. But of course, we are interacting in voice in our Discord server. And first of all, let me give a big shout out to our amazing Discord server, guys. You can see it on the screen right now. It's the English Hub. We have just recently passed 10,000 members. It's the English Hub is an amazing Discord server where you can find a safe place to practice your English, to meet people from all over the world, and basically interact with learners, and of course be a part of these amazing lessons. I try to hold these lessons regularly, 3 times a week. And of course, if you are a part of our experience, you know that Monday and Wednesday lessons are discussion lessons on various topics, and Friday lesson is really a debate. It's a debate, and this week we have an exciting debate coming up. The topic of the debate is climate change. So is climate change, are humans responsible for the climate change or not? So by the way, if you're still interested in debating this topic, just just send me a message and I'll try to get back to you, and we can try to put you on the debaters panel. And of course, if you you can check out the previous debates on my YouTube channel. They are all recorded there for your convenience. All right, guys, I also wanted to communicate to you that I have a new TikTok channel. If you have a TikTok, please follow me on TikTok at English Palette as well. All right, guys, well, in a moment, we're going to get started with our debate. I see the room is filling up. Again, the topic is domestic violence. So, a boyfriend hitting a girlfriend, maybe husband hitting a wife, or the other way around, or maybe parents hitting children. These are probably the most common examples of domestic violence, and we will talk about it in just a hot second. Ready? All right, I hope you're excited. Here we go. Okay, guys, so as you know, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I post all the discussion questions in advance on my website, and it is the case with today's lesson as well. So what I'm going to do is basically, if you're going to go to my website, which is linked in my Twitch channel, you know, right here, you can follow me. Where's my website? Yes, there are links right here. Right, you can find it. It's called buymeacoffee.com and then /English Palette. Anyway, let's go through the questions first, so that I hope you will be interested in becoming on the discussion, volunteering to be on the discussion panel in just a second. So, can abusers change? Domestic violence, can abusers change? Talk your head off. Well, first question we're going to discuss is, have you ever resorted to violence when angry? So, when you're angry, have you ever had a moment where you just couldn't take it? Maybe you punched your brother because he annoyed you so much. What did you do? Or if not, so how do you deal with anger? Do you punch a wall? Do you kick a wall? Do you just keep it inside? How do you deal with anger? Explain. That's a good question to get started with. And then question number 2, has anyone ever been really angry at you? What was the reason? What did you do? Did you say sorry? Did you de-escalate the problem, or did you make it even worse by your reaction? Question number 3, this is an opinion. Domestic violence happens mainly because people who do it feel emotionally about each other. So basically, the boyfriend hits the girlfriend because he really loves her so much. He feels emotional about, he cares about her so much. Do you agree or not? What could be some other reasons for it? Okay, I think that some people will disagree with this, and if you disagree, that's great. I just hope you're able to explain why. Question number 4, can a person who has resorted to domestic violence in the past change and be trusted again? Support your answer. So this is the main question today, and I'm asking everyone. And in fact, if you are watching me on YouTube, you will notice that I have a poll going on right in the chat box where you can answer. You can have your voice heard. The question today in the poll is, can abusers change? Can they change and be trusted again? So provide your answer, and then I will, before this class is over, I will tell everyone what the audience is thinking about this question. And finally, question number 5, what is the difference between discipline when raising children and child abuse? So, you know, some parents hit their children or smack their children, and they say this is discipline, right? Discipline. Part of raising children. Do you agree? What do you think? What's the difference between discipline and child abuse? Explain your answer and give maybe specific examples. And of course, as usual, I always ask students to post their own questions, but I noticed that this time no additional questions were posted. If you feel like asking a special question, just make sure you tag me or just post a question right now, and I hope to see it and respond to it or incorporate it into the lesson. All right, guys, in a moment, I'll ask you to volunteer to be on the discussion panel. So raise your hand if you are in our Discord channel, Discord server, the English Hub, and the link to the Discord server is in my in the video description, guys. So head over to the English server, sorry, the English hub, and raise your hand in the stage area. All right, everybody. Okay, here we go. Here's our hi.
And that I don't appear, but finally I appear. Can I participate of the debate today?
Hello there, live. Is that you live speaking right now? Hello, who is speaking?
Lalish.
Oh, Lalish, welcome. Would you like to be a part of today's debate?
Yeah, there's a long time that I don't appear here.
Oh,
so.
very good. Okay, very good. So I'm going to do is basically, do you want to be called Lalish today?
Yeah, you call me how you prefer. Forum
Okay.
player, forum, Lalish.
Okay, Lalish. Let's just call you Lalish since that's your Discord name today, okay? All right, Lalish,
Yeah.
welcome, welcome. Who else wants to take part in this debate? We have Delvi. Delvi? Hello, Delvi. Would you like to be a part of this debate? Hello,
Yeah, I will.
Okay, very good, Delvi. Thank you so much for volunteering. Delvi, how about you, Live? Live, you are already unmuted here. Would you like to be a part of this debate? Hello, Live. You're in stage area. No? How about Masroor? Masroor, would you like to take part in this discussion on domestic violence?
Yes, I will love to.
Okay, Masroor, welcome. So glad to see you here. All right, anybody else? Raise your hand right now. We need maybe 3 more members to get started. All right, Zora, how about you? Would you like to be a part of this discussion? Hello, Zora. Hi. Hi. Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Zora.
Yeah,
Zora. Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Zora. I'm adding you to the list of speakers, panelists. Okay, excellent. I'm glad your mic is working. We also have Albino. Albino in our room. Hello, Albino. Would you like to be a part of this discussion?
Sure.
Oh, hello. And by the way, are you, if you're not a member of this server, that's okay. But I am live on twitch.tv/English Palette. So I hope
English
you don't...
what, I guess.
English Palette. No,
you changed it.
Yes, I changed it for consistency, right? Because I want it to be the
sometimes
same.
I got lost like searching about
So
English
the
palette.
easiest way for you guys to find the Twitch channel is just to click on my Discord server profile, and the links are integrated into my profile. So Albino, welcome to the discussion. Nice to have you with us. Should I call you Albino, or would you prefer another name? Hello, Albino. Hi. Okay, and we also have Prince. Hello, Prince. Would you like to be a part of this discussion? We are discussing domestic violence. Hello, Prince. Let's check if your microphone is working. Anybody else? Please raise your hand if you want to be. Hello, Live. Do you want to be a part of this discussion?
Yes, I want to be the part.
Okay, very good, Live. Then in that case, we have 6 members. Perfect. Let's find out what your roles are, guys. Okay, so sit tight. I'm bringing up the wheel of names. First, we're going to select our discussion group leader. Okay, so let's find out who the leader is. All right, this is exciting. And Live, you are the leader. That's amazing. Congratulations. Okay.
I suffer.
Yes. Do you know what the leader's job is?
Means I have attended few things. It's like no, I don't know.
Yeah, the leaders, basically what the leader does is make sure that everyone participates. So if there's silence, you just call people out and say, hey, what do you think? What do you think about question number 3? And you have the freedom of choosing, of going to the next question or whichever question you want students to answer, okay? That's your job as a leader.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Well, then let's select our timekeeper, guys. Who is going to be our timekeeper? Here we go. And that's Delwi. Hello, Delwi. Congratulations.
Hello, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. I didn't listen.
Yeah, you are the timekeeper. Well, this only means that you discuss. Of course, you voice your opinion just like everybody else. But if the discussion is dying out, if there's silence, then maybe just suggest, hey, let's move on to the next question. But of course, you are a part of the discussion as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Now we have active participant. So you guys are going to be talking a lot. Albino. And another active participant is, let's find out. That is Masroor. Masroor, very good.
Yes.
Yes. And who's going to be our devil's advocate? Let's find out. And that's going to be Lolish. Okay, Lolish. Okay, for all of
Nice. Can you remember me about you?
you. Yes, Lolish/forum player. So nice to have you here. Awesome. And I really appreciate that you support me. You are a faithful supporter of my channel, everybody. So everybody be like Lolish, okay? Thank you. So, and of course, our summarizer will be Zora. I think that's 100% chance for you to be a summarizer. Don't worry. This only means that at the end of the discussion, I will ask you to provide 2 points of interest that may be stuck in your mind that were interesting about this discussion. But just to reiterate, everybody, guys, all of you who are on the discussion panel are expected to talk a lot and voice your opinions. So just because you are a summarizer doesn't mean you wait until the end. Just because you're a timekeeper, it doesn't mean that you keep quiet. Everybody talks, because the title of today's lesson is, of course, Talk Your Head Off. Okay? All right. I hope you're excited about these questions. And if you're joining us right now live in the stage area, we are live on twitch.tv/EnglishPalette and also live on YouTube, guys. So whichever is convenient for you, head over to my channels. They are all linked in my Discord profile. And in just a moment, we're starting our first round of discussions.
One question I was going to ask. What's the exactly?
Sorry, what was the question? Can you repeat? Thank you.
What's the devil's advocate do exactly? The role?
Okay, Lolish, that's a very good question. Devil's advocate is you normally view your opinions and discuss the question just like everybody else. However, when there is silence, let's say everybody says, okay, well, every time your boyfriend hits you, that's it. That's the end of the relationship. Everybody agrees. There's nothing else to say. Well, then try to speak for the other side. Well, what if he made a mistake? What if he promises to change? Do you understand? Devil's advocate is someone who argues the opposite point of view. All right, everyone. Yeah. I hope you're excited. We're going to get started with our first round of debates. And by the way, if I need special help with the language, I have a special worksheet that is also linked in our lesson for things for you to say, such as, confirming meaning, phrases that will help you give opinion. I'm just scrolling through them on the screen right now. Asking for an opinion. These are very useful phrases. If you don't have this worksheet, feel free to download it or just look at it on the screen right now. When you disagree, here are some phrases for you to use. And of course, the summarizer can say things at the end as well. They are all on the worksheet for you. And if you download that worksheet, that will also help me support this channel. But of course, you don't have to do that. All right, everybody. So let's get started. I think we have the panel here. Everybody's here. Wonderful. I think it's time for you, our leader. Live?
Yeah.
Live, are you still here? Okay, you can take it away, okay? Let's get started. Time starts. All right.
Okay, the first point is that he brought it to violence when angry. So for me, violence is never an option to hide your anger. So let's start with the active speaker. Come on, what's your opinion about this?
Mm-hmm. Good question.
The chance for Albino. Albino?
Hello, guys. Albino? Albino disconnected. I'll try to let Albino back in. Yes, okay. All right. So, violence is never an option. Do you guys agree? Olive started with this question. Have you ever resorted to violence? What did you do when you got really angry? How do you deal with anger? All right, guys, it's your time. Jump in. Hello?
Yeah, albino is the first.
Okay.
Is our two actors
Yeah.
for here.
Okay. Let me speak.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Masroor. Yes.
Yes, I agree with the live's opinion that anger should not be an option to suppress our anger, or violence should not be an option to suppress our anger, because there are many other options we can apply in our life so that our anger can be suppressed. Like there are meditations, and we can go outside, we can go for a walk or gym. But violence is something which is extreme anger. And basically violence, anger, let's say person A is angry on person B. He cannot do anything with person B, so he comes home and he put all his anger off on person C, let's say his wife. So basically that's a disgusting thing in today's society, and this mentality should be stopped as soon as possible. And there should be a anger management classes should be taken in the school, so that this cannot be happen in future or cannot be done to anyone else.
Very interesting. Hey guys, what do you think about that? Anger management classes.
Yeah, I think it can help some people in that way.
Oh, yes, it can help some people.
Yeah, I have to say, look, if the person is angry, actually, if he is angry, at that time he will not understand what is he doing. He is not in the state of mind. So what means, if he is not in a state of mind, how he will think to do the meditation and all? What was the reason for that? Means, like training, Masroor said a very good point that school should teach that. But now the people are out from the school. We don't have that syllabus. The olden generation. What we should do means, at that moment you are angry, and what should we do? That moment.
That's a good question. What should you do at the moment when you're really angry? Do you have any tips to share, guys? What do you do when you're really angry?
Maybe just take a moment and breathe and like actually analyze the situation and stuff.
I think at that time the mindset is totally out of the control, and at that time the individual has to use their willpower to stop the anger or to control the anger. Because if we think practically, violence is not a solution for any anger. It will take the issue more further, and it will go to worse. So the understanding is most important at that point of time, and we have to use the willpower to stop that.
Yes.
That, but one more point is over here. Now you are angry and you have already done the violence. How you will deal with that? Already it's done. You have done it. You have slapped your sister, sibling, also, sorry, not sister. It will be, I'm a feminist person, so not sister. But you have slapped any of your friend in anger. Now you have done the violence. How you will tackle that?
That's a very good question. Let's say you've already committed violence. You've already committed a violent act against your family member. What are you going to do now? Live, you have excellent questions. Thank you.
So the first thing we should do is to accept that we have done wrong, because many people do not accept that because of their ego and their issues and the state of mind they are in. So the first thing is acceptance. We should accept that we have done wrong and apologize to the person to the person to whom we have done the wrong, like slapping or punching. I don't know. And yeah, I think this is the most important part, because if we do not accept, we will not be going to apologize. We will not feel wrong, basically. So acceptance is the fundamental when we do wrong or in case violence.
Yeah, good. Albino, anything else you want to add?
No, I can't really think of anything.
Do you think we should move on to the next question? What do you think? I'm just looking at the time.
Yeah, we can move to the second question now.
Guys,
So the second is,
yeah.
have you
Guys, do
ever
you
been
think like
really angry at?
Okay, somebody else wants to add something? Just speak, please.
yeah. Okay, guys, do you think like an apologize could fix anything? I don't think so.
Okay, Zora says, do you think apology can fix anything? And Zora doesn't seem to agree. What do you guys think? Can apology fix everything?
No, because someone can they can forgive you, but they can't forget what you did.
The most important part of acceptance that you will forgive yourself. It's not about getting forgiveness from the other person. It's important, but you should know that you have done wrong, and you should feel guilty, and you should forgive yourself. According to me, forgiveness from the other person to the person we have done wrong is a very important. But it's also to understand that yes, we have done wrong, and we should owe that we will not do this kind of thing in future, and to forgive ourselves, because everybody do mistake, and the person who learns from the mistake success in life.
That's good.
I
According to me,
agree.
Lolish,
Yeah,
apology,
I agree.
apology will not
Hold
the
on.
past, but it will help to not create more damage in the relation. Means it will not fix the past. What you have done, it's already done, but it will help to sustain more damage in relation, whatever you are. Maybe
About the
wrong.
apologize, I agree in part, because it's not everything that you can easily fix like with a sorry or pardon. It's obviously a lot of things that's really serious, and it's not only this. But you, in my opinion, you should always apologize, not only to be for to to get pardon from the other person, but to evolve. Like, you are assuming your error, your mistake. Like, you know that you did something bad, and you are like saying, "I did this thing. It's bad. I know, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix." The apologize can help you not only to show that you know your mistake, but you need to learn it with your mistake too. I actually did a lot of bad things in the past. I apologized. Some people pardoned me, some not, but I'm actually always trying to learn with my mistake. Like, sometimes, obviously, there are some mistakes that I don't see, I don't notice. Everybody have like some things that don't notice, and that's why I ask every time to people, like, if I do something wrong, if I hurt or say like something bad, please tell me. I need to learn with my mistake.
Yes.
Some mistakes I can notice by myself.
Very good points. Very good points, Lolish. Thank you. Do you guys need more time? You know what? I'm going to extend the time because I would like everybody else to chime in. Go for it, guys.
Okay, I think we should move towards second question.
Sure.
Has anyone ever been really angry at you? What was the reason and why? What did you do? Yes, my teacher, my parents, my friends, there are so many people. So let's start with Masroor. I'm just asking Masroor and Albino because they are the active speaker.
Yes.
And
Actually, there is
everyone
some
else can
network.
yeah.
So actually, there is some network issue from my side. So can you repeat the question once?
Yeah, the question is, has anyone ever been really angry at you? What was the reason and what did you do? It can be anyone.
Yeah, mostly the parents when during the childhood. I think this is the most common experience we all have been through. And at that point of time, we cannot do anything. but to understand what that parents want best from our life, and they are doing what they are doing is best for us, and we should understand them, and we should do what they are suggesting us to do, because we are not that mature at that point of time if we talk about our childhood when our parents scold us. So this is my
Yeah.
view on your question.
Yeah, what do you think, Albino, about this? Means we have to listen to our parents because that time we are not that much mature, according to Mastoor.
What was the question?
Question was simple. Has anyone ever been really angry at you? And what was the reason? What did you do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually have a story about that. Can I tell it?
As long as it's okay to
Go ahead.
share, just don't mention any names and things like that, because we are live on Discord and Twitch, okay? So
Okay. So, like, back when I lived with my parents or whatever, we didn't really get along well. So, we, like, didn't really hang out much. So one day they were, like, yelling at my baby sister. Keep in mind, she's a baby, so she doesn't know what she's doing or whatnot. And I tell her, why are you yelling at her, and can you stop? And they got really angry at me, and they yelled at me, and I just went upstairs. I talked it out with them after, and we actually, like, I don't know, got to an agreement, and they never yelled at her again. So.
Oh, I see. So you caused them to rethink the situation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a great story, a nice positive story. So your sister is already grown up, and she is she okay? Does she remember that
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah, we don't really talk about it much.
Okay. All right. Okay, very good, very good. Thank you so much for sharing. Well, listen, guys. Maybe I'll give you. Maybe you should wrap up on this point. What do you think, live? Anybody? Final comments? We have 30 seconds. Final comments? Anybody? What do you think? Domestic violence. Just say something important.
Point for Zora, would you like to speak something? Because Zora is quite...
Yes, Zora, what do you think about this topic, domestic violence?
Well, for me, like one day my brother was very angry and we were fighting, and it was an accident, but it was really painful. I hurted my nose, and what I did after, I cut him off, for several months, and I think he learned his lessons, and we didn't fight again. So I think you should punish the person who hurts you in your way. I'm sorry.
So basically, what you're saying is you remove yourself from that relationship to teach them a lesson.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Until he defects them. I'm sorry. Until they learn their lessons, and if they have a problem, they should fix it. It's not your problem; it's their problem. Yeah.
Thank you. Very interesting. All right.
Actually,
I agree partially. I agree with the part to punish because of the mistake, but I just can't. How can I say? Violence is not acceptable. Even parents to try to teach the son or daughter hitting a little. I don't agree. I'm not gonna say my family don't used to do this, but I know a lot of families here in my country and my neighborhood that used to do it. Even some families more extreme, to minimal things that only just talking, just saying, you cannot easily solve.
Thank you so much, Lolish. Unfortunately, we are out of time. We are out of time, guys. Thank you so much. A big round of applause to all who participated. This is awesome. This is great. Hey guys, that was wonderful. We have a summarizer, Zora. Maybe I will just ask you to give me 2 points that maybe were raised during this discussion that were really interesting to you, that you remember and you want to share with everyone. Can you share them right now? Can you? Yes, thank you.
The first point that okay. The first point is anger management. If we are angry and we are really abusive, we should like learn how to manage our anger by like there is like several ways like meditation. You have to like meditation and don't know what else. So the second point is to like if there is like a person who hurts you, like you should not like just forgive them. You should also like punish them in your own way because you are the victim. You should like not be silent.
Thank you so much, Zora. You mentioned 2 important points. That was well summed up. Thank you. Good job. Okay. Well, everyone, how did you do? This was who was here for the first time? It was your first discussion online. If you want to reflect on your performance, maybe you can mention something that went really well, you're proud of, and maybe something that you could improve on if you have a chance to do it again. Who wants to go first?
Now, actually, it's my first point. Yeah, it's me.
Okay,
it's
go
Olive
for it.
actually. That ring represent O, and it's Olive, not life.
Oh, it's Olive. I'm so sorry, Olive. I just didn't realize the ring was the O. So it's Olive. I'm sorry, Olive. Oh, I feel bad now as a teacher. I'm sorry. Okay, Olive. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Actually, I was my first presentation, and I'm still nervous, but I was nervous, and just got that your reminder of the class in my server, and I just joined the server to talk to everyone so that I will leave that nervousness. And I'm too happy to be the part of all of you and here and talk with you all, Lolish, Delvi, Zora, you sir, Masroor, and Albino. Thank you. And yeah, I need much more improvement. I know that. So just go ahead. Anyone else?
I'll just tell you, as a leader, you did very well. Okay, so thank you so much. You were a good example to others. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Olive, thank you. Anybody else wants to reflect on your performance? How did you do in this discussion?
Mine, in the start, I'm not gonna lie, I started really quiet. But I didn't have any point to, how can I say, to add what I was wanting, what I wanted to say. You was already saying, so I prefer to stay quiet than only say like, yeah, me too, or agree. But when I had my point to the different point are the parts that I agree partially, I started to talk in this way. I think I did well. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
In the others, I was more quietly or like doing more and you know. I was like thinking more before talking.
Right.
Like,
so maybe what you could improve on, you in particular, is maybe you can formulate an opinion in your mind before you speak, and then try to just make one point, right? One point that is really important that you want to make. Very good, Lolish.
Okay.
Thank you. Masroor, how about you, Masroor? How did you do?
Yes, so first of all, I would like to thank you for bringing such an amazing and interesting topic.
Thank you.
And according to me, this was a fruitful conversation with all of you guys. And I would like to say, Olive, you have done a great job as a leader, and you keep the conversation going and
That's right.
putting the interesting questions. And according to me, I have done well. I need improvement, like in fluency and picking the correct words. So I'm looking forward for that, and I know I will get better by the passing time.
Excellent.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Well, yes, good feedback there, Masroor, and I wish you all the best as you improve. Anybody else wants to make
Thank
any
you.
comments before we move? I'll provide you with some feedback now. Is that okay, guys? All right.
For me,
Okay. Okay, thank you. Feedback from the teacher. Well, guys, first of all, I must say I am blown away by the level of discussion that was going on here. Thank you so much for participating. Usually our first round of discussions is rough. People don't know what they're supposed to be doing, but you guys jumped right into this. And partly this was thanks to Olive, who took the role of the leader seriously, and she was really good at it. So that went really well. Another thing that went really well was that you stayed on topic. You tried to provide specific examples to support your points. I appreciate the stories that you shared. It must be hard to be talking about it, and yet you were able to explain it very well. And I think everyone could learn by your supporting points. If you wanted to ask for tips for improvement, well, there are only 2 tips that I have to offer. First of all, to be more assertive, more aggressive. So aggressive not in a violent way, but in basically when there's silence in the discussion, you use that opportunity to jump in and say what you need to say. Okay, so don't just wait to be always directed by the leader, but just jump in and speak your mind. And another point I just wanted to make is that when you have a lot to say, try to package it in smaller pieces. So let's say I want to say 3 things. Well, hold your horses. Say one thing and then let others respond to that. Then say another thing and then let others respond to that. Okay, guys? So that's my feedback, but overall I think it was amazing. Once again, a big round of applause. Good job everybody. That was amazing. But don't go away just yet, because we're going to have a second round of discussions. We haven't covered some questions yet. We still have many questions to cover. So I'm going to be asking for volunteers in just a moment. And by the way, if you're just joining us right now live on Discord, we are also live on twitch.tv/English Palette. So head over there right now. You can see me on the screen and you can see all the questions shown on the screen as well, because you will be needing them if you want to be a part of this lesson. Of course, there are ways for you to get involved and support this channel, make it grow. I think it's a great learning experience for many people, and I think it's worth doing. So please feel free to support the channel if you think this is something we should be doing. Okay, the questions are on the screen, guys, and now I'm going to ask you to volunteer to be a part of round 2 of our discussions, guys. Are you ready? Raise your hand and I'll call on you. Okay, where is our wheel of names? Yes. Okay. All right, I see a lot of people want to speak on this topic. I'm surprised. This is a popular topic. Let's see, Josh. Hello, Josh. Would you like to be a part of this discussion?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, really well. Thank you, Josh. Yes? Could you just confirm for me that you want to be a part of this discussion?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you so much, Josh. Wonderful. Stick around. I'm glad your microphone is working. Then we have Aphrodite. Hello, Aphrodite. Would you like to be a part of this discussion? Hello? Can you unmute yourself? Aphrodite, hello?
Just wait. Let me reconnect.
Sorry, I guess Aphrodite is not unmuting herself or himself. So what I'm going to do is ask another person. Okay, wow, we have suddenly so many members. Jazzy, how about you? Do you want to be a part of this discussion? Jazzy?
Yes, I would like to be a
Okay, excellent, Jazzy. Nice to have you back. Noya, how about you, Noya? Would you like to be a part of this discussion on domestic violence?
Sure, I'll like that.
Okay, thank you so much, Noya. Okay, everybody else who wants to... We have Supti. How about you, Supti? Do you want to be a part of this discussion? Supti, you have to unmute your microphone. Respond to the invite. Hello, Supti.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, is that a yes? Do you want to be a part of this discussion? I cannot hear you.
Obviously. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, obviously, but I still need to ask, okay? Thank you so much for confirming. And NIC, how about you, NIC? Would you like to be a part of this discussion?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, how do we call you? Nick? Oh, it's Nick without a K. All right, Nick. Okay,
Yes.
great, welcome. And we probably need one more member. Let's see who wants to join us here. Admiral. Hello, Admiral. Would you like to be a part of this discussion?
Yes, I would.
Okay, Admiral. Okay, thank you so much. Admiral, that's an important name. All right, guys, let's see who is our leader. I'm going to spin the wheel and find out who our leader is going to be. All right. Okay, and the leader is Nick. Okay, Nick, congratulations. Nick, as a leader, you need to make sure everyone is involved, and if there's silence, just point to people and ask them what do they think, okay? And you can move on to the next question whenever you feel like it, or choose whichever question you want to the group to respond to. But of course, you also can voice your own opinion during the discussion as well. Next, our timekeeper. Okay, our timekeeper is Admiral. Admiral, all you have to do is, of course, discuss the topic just like everybody else, but be mindful of the time, and if the conversation is dragging on, just suggest we move on to the next question.
Yeah.
Okay, next, let's select our main talkers in this discussion, who are going to be Supti. All right, Supti, you will talk a lot, I hope. And Josh. Okay, Josh.
All right.
I hope you have a lot to share, a lot to discuss. Okay, and now we're choosing our devil's advocate. Our devil's advocate is Noya. Okay, I think it's your favorite role, Noya. And Jazzy, in addition to being a part of the discussion, I will ask you to summarize it at the end when we're done. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right, everyone. Okay, guys, the questions are on the screen. We are live on twitch.tv/English Palette. Make sure you are watching us on another tab open. And if you're ready, then let's go. Time start.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Nick, you are the leader.
So, have you ever resorted to violence when you're angry?
Mhm.
And what did you do? Anyone, please answer.
Good start.
This was a few weeks ago actually, or at least a month ago now. I'm a opioid and Xanax addict, and I came back from my partner's house, and I found out that all my drugs had been flushed away by my grandparents. So I skitzed out. I got mad. I started punching my fucking grandparents. Sorry for swearing.
Okay, yeah, just please watch the language. Thank you so much.
And I pulled a knife on my grandma.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's how bad the addiction, well, the addiction that's still going has me hooked on it.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Are you getting help for your addiction at all?
I have a psychologist and a psychiatrist, but and I have rehab, but none of that seems to really work.
Oh man, that's a right-on shame. I hope you get better.
Yes, I hope you have support around you and get better. Yes.
Does anyone else have a story to share about getting really, really angry at someone? anyone.
Maybe for me, I will choose for the next question.
Okay,
Alright,
because
so-
there are some questions we haven't covered yet. So what do you think? Why does domestic violence happen? Maybe, sorry, the leader, you can take it away.
Oh, yes. Why does domestic violence happen?
I think it had something to do with
Probably the drugs. In your case, I would
it had everything to do with
Yes.
the addiction in my case.
Yeah. I think that it can kind of be like a generational thing. Like one set of parents has a child who they abuse, and then that child grows up thinking that it's okay.
Yeah, because as a child, because yes, as a child I was abused by my dad and by my biological father, and fed meth as a child.
Well,
Jesus
that's
Christ,
really
man,
hard.
that
Yeah.
Jeez,
Sorry to
that's
hear
horrible.
that. Yeah,
That is
I really
so
hope
awful.
that there's some support in place for you, especially in your. I hope you also have a supportive group of people around you online as well. You know, you can always feel free to be a part of this group here. I'm sure you'll find many friendly people to help you. Right?
Yeah.
So just stay, be in touch with us, okay? Be in touch with us.
Yeah, because what I feel like is the abused becomes the abuser.
Yeah,
So it's the pattern starts repeating itself, right? And you want to break that cycle. You don't want to pass it on, right?
But I've never been a abusive person, you know. But but my addiction
that-
had real
So that
grip
was
on me
your
in that.
one time then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've been domestically abused by my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, I see as well. Okay.
It's like a big pile on everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
All right. I just also, because I'm
breaking that cycle though.
okay, I'm also mindful of the time. I would like others also be able to jump in, because it is so I wonder if can anyone else jump in and talk about the reasons why sometimes the closest relationships, the relationships we care the most about, get messy. So that's
Can I
question
just
number
add to
3. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it can just be also a generational thing, but it can also be like the influence we grow up with and the influence around us as well. So like how we see people, how we hear things, it can like adapt into our like minds, and then sometimes we can't control when we're angry or feeling like that.
Very good. Okay, go jump in, guys, because the time is ticking. Do you want to move on to the next question, or do you have something to say? What about question number 4, which is probably the most interesting in the group here of questions? What do you guys think?
Can a person who has resorted to domestic violence in the past change and be trusted again? I'd like to think so, but it's probably very rare, because once someone's a victim of that, it's gonna be hard to break that cycle. At least I'd imagine it'd be very hard to undo that damage. And once someone's done that once, and it keeps happening, then it becomes more and more unlikely to stop. I'd hope to think that you, Josh, are breaking that. But I would say that it's uncommon.
Yeah, we are all rooting for you, Josh. We are rooting for you here.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my opinion that is completely different from this question. That is like how I will treat with violence, like this anger and all. So what happens is like my choice would be like violence would be my last resort, would be my last choice if I had any kind of argument or kind of when I'm angry. So what I will do is like first of all I will try to make peace by just talking, and the violence would be my last resort, and that too if the other person starts attacking me. And the thing is like the way I control anger is like when I'm angry, I just completely stop responding to anything. I just shut my brain. That actually helps me to like calm down. I just don't do anything when I'm angry.
So yeah, that's the thing. Like if angry, yeah, I think it's not all the way. It's just being abused, something like that.
Yes, yes.
Even a patient, it's have a limit, but you have a lot of things. You have a lot of way to solve it. Not just being abused.
Okay, this is very interesting.
So, shall we move on to the last question?
Yeah, sure. I think that's a very good question that
that is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
we have
guys.
to make it last a while.
I will probably extend some time, guys. So you have at least 3 minutes, and we'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Go for question number 5.
So, yeah, what is the difference between discipline when raising your children and child abuse? I think it's that there is a place for discipline, like hitting and shit, but but only when like they're really young, and only when it's not recurring often, right? Like it bit like hitting a dog, not to be like dehumanizing, but like smacking a dog to make it stop doing the wrong thing before children have that awareness of right and wrong. But if it continues into toddler years and then into when they're little people, then that can become a real issue, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, good point, guys.
I think discipline is more using your words, taking. So let's say you have a child about 1.5 years old. I think it's more of using your words and taking the thing away from them, like a toy, like something that brings them happiness, just to show discipline. But what I think violence is when you resort. You don't have a second. You don't have a plan A, plan B, plan C. You just immediately resort to violence.
Yeah.
But
That's a really good point.
Discipline is like setting a set of rules and boundaries that your children should not cross.
Like physical violence, if used at all, should absolutely be a last resort kind of thing.
Yeah.
And only after everything else has failed, basically.
And when you resort to abuse, all that abuse can be embedded into your child's mind and mentality, and that's how they influence to become abuser or be a victim of domestic violence.
Yeah, a few examples of this child abuse would be like if the parent is angry and they are beating up the child to feel better. That is kind of example of this child abuse. Or maybe they had a bad day, so they would actually beat their child up for this, like for no reason at all. That would be child abuse.
Yeah.
Very good.
But some for some reason, it's like according to the data that I get, it's like the way that maybe like beat child. It's not like abuse. It's like 60%. It's really work to discipline them.
So like I'm saying, if a person had a bad day and they actually drank a lot, so they would actually beat their children for no reason, just to like calm themselves down or feel better, just by beating. So that would be abuse.
Taking it on them.
Discipline would be very mild. Like if you actually scold or like even beat sometimes, just to like in a mild way, that would be kind of discipline thing. Like to have a better impact on the child. I mean, to prevent them from doing something wrong again. So it is for their own betterment, for the children's betterment.
Yeah, if it's like you say, if they drunk, it's like it's in the other case, but it's if they drunk and do maybe like a bit children, it's abuse thing. But it's if it's the parents maybe not realize about it and know about it. It's like a discipline, it's really worth like 60%. It's really worth it to make a children more disciplined than before, because at some reason it's if we just discipline if just take away the things or something like that, it's not really work. They will do that again.
But then also on another angle, sometimes too much discipline and too much restriction can also be quite damaging. And when you have parents who are way too restrictive and way too over the top, then that can also be extremely damaging.
And it can also lead to rebellion from the child as well.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes it's worse. The things that they do is worse than what they would have done if you had less discipline.
Yeah. And then when it gets too far, it can become an abusive relationship between the parents and the children.
Exactly.
All right, guys, I'm so sorry, but I mean, this is such an amazing discussion, but unfortunately, as always, it seems too short, right? So we've run out of time, unfortunately. Thank you so much. A big round of applause to all who participated. Thank you, guys. Wow. An amazing discussion. Okay, an amazing discussion. Well, it's not over yet. We have Jazzy here, who is our summarizer. Jazzy, could you please sum up this discussion for the audience, which basically means bringing up the most salient points.
So the thing I liked the most was like the person that is Josh was sharing his own personal experience. That was great. And the last thing was like the last question we discussed. It gave different points of view, different perspectives for us to think, like how a child can be abused and what is the difference between disciplinary like abuse and the other one.
Thank you. So did you get a clear answer, or is it still a big question? What do you think?
I would like to think about it after when I'm free, because it is a very interesting question, and the more you think about it, the more perspectives you get. So it takes time.
Very good, thank you. Yeah, I know, but since this is an English lesson, so I think you had a pretty good chance to practice, right? Okay, that's wonderful.
Yes, I had.
All right, so let's actually reflect on that. Let's reflect on this as an English lesson discussion. Okay, how did you guys do? Please focus on something positive, something that you are proud of. You did really well, and maybe something that you want to improve moving forward. Anybody?
The thing is, I was resistant to participate because I'm not at my own house, and there was kind of disturbance in the other room. But actually, got up the courage and came to the stage. Then I waited for my opportunity, and at least spoke something before I leave. Like I was silent in the beginning.
Yeah.
Very good.
I wish I could have added more insight and more words to the other questions at the top.
I see. Yes. So you want to be more active, basically. Yes. I really hope you have that feeling and you remember this feeling, so that when we have a chance to do it again, you will actually act on it.
I will definitely do it. I'm not at my house, so there is a thing that I have. When I'm at my house, I'm more free to speak anything.
Yes. Okay.
Not feeling restricted.
Yeah. You don't feel pressure, right? Somebody's listening to you. Okay. Very good.
Absolutely.
Nick, how did you do as the leader? What do you think?
Well, I like to think my English skills were pretty good.
Yes, I think so.
Practice.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about necessarily English skills, but the management skills, managing the group as a leader. How did you do there?
You did very well.
Yes,
it was real good. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Noya, you were the devil's advocate. Were you actually using your role, or did you speak your true mind?
Maybe for this round, I'm not really using that role because when they are talking, when I want to talk about when I want to jump in to be a devil, I focus that really hard because I'm still searching where is the place that I will be the devil.
Yes. Right. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much, guys. Well, listen, let me provide some feedback now. Okay, guys, feedback from the teacher. Well, the second round of discussions was, I thought you couldn't beat the first, but actually it was even better than the first one. Maybe it's because of this great leadership again that Nick took. Also, thank you to Josh for sharing his story. I hope that it helps you, and I really hope that you have support available around you. Of course, all of us here listening to you are supporting you and rooting for you. Yes?
I'm blood pressed, Josh, for you to come up here and talk about that in front of 50 people. That is bloody impressive, mate. Well,
that's right. Well done. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes me feel better, you know, because I'm still young, you know, I'm still, everything in this is still processing in my head. Like I'm only 16 and I only just, and like what, a month ago, I only just realized how abusive my last relationship was.
So I hope that, you know, you have a chance to actually process all that. And I think as you do, it may help you see where you are and how to best break that kind of cycle, right? Those patterns. Yeah. Thank you so much. So if I were to provide as a teacher here to provide any feedback for improvement, things that you could improve on, I would probably say that wow, I really don't know what to say. I want to say that it went really well. If anything, it would be good to share more stories like that because this way you are supporting your points. So if you have a point to make, and notice if somebody says, I think smacking children is always bad. Well, but they don't have a point, they don't have a supporting detail, right? But if someone says, oh, once in my childhood I did something really bad and my mother really got upset, she spanked me, but then that was the moment I really needed, because that was the time when I realized what I did was extremely bad, and after that I never did that thing again. So, you know, by providing such a story, you are supporting your point much better. Yeah, is that helpful, guys? Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, a big round of applause to everyone. That was really amazing. Good job. But don't go away, guys, because we are going to have round 3. So we'll be asking for volunteers to join us on stage for round 3 of discussions in just a second. Okay, in just a second.
Before I can just add one thing.
Yes, Lolish, go ahead. What is that?
Josh, about your history, and I know some servers to help like with addicts and this kind of things. Like after COVID, people in these groups migrated to internet, some from this to Discord, and can give you some links to some servers here in Discord that I actually found. I was literally just browsing through Discord and I found some to addictions. So
yeah,
that's very nice.
Send you.
Oh, that's very nice, Lolish. Yeah, maybe you guys can connect through direct messages or just chat individually. Yeah. That's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, and by the way, my messages are always open. I accept messages from anyone, so feel free to contact me as well. Thank you, everybody. I just wanted to show you again, if this is your first time joining these lessons, we are live on twitch.tv/English Palette. If you scroll down, you will see various links for you to support this channel, to help it grow. Please follow the channel. This way you'll be notified of the upcoming streams. If you're a teacher and you want to book a consultation with me and ask how can I teach online better, well, there's a link for you as well. If you want to book a private lesson, another link for students. Of course, there's a lot of social media links that you can follow if you want to stay in touch throughout the week between the lessons and communicate with me. Please do that. And once again, I want to thank the English Hub for hosting these lessons. It's a great server, guys. You should be a part of it. We're growing rapidly, and it's probably the friendliest place on Discord for you to practice English. All right, everyone. And now, part 3 of our discussion on domestic violence. Here we go. All right. Can abusers change? Talk your head off. Please raise your hand if you want to be a part of our discussion panel. All right, and by the way, let me just quickly check on the poll. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's a poll and people are voting on the question. The question today is, can domestic violence abusers change? Let me just check. Right now, we see 80% of you believe yes. Those abusers can change, which is very hopeful, but 20% of you think no. Very good. Please continue voting and we'll check once again before the stream is over. And now let's go back to our panelists and find out who wants to be on the discussion panel. All right, everybody. So let me ask you. We have Supti. I know your mic was not working. How about now, Supti? Do you want to be a part of this discussion?
Am I audible now?
Yes, we can hear you, Supti. Excellent. Very good. Welcome to the panel again. Hopefully you can speak this time. August, how about you, August? Do you want to be a part of this discussion on domestic violence?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you. Yes, we can hear you very well. Thank you. Okay, we also have Tay. Hello, Tay. Would you like to be a part of this discussion on domestic violence? Tay, you have to respond to the invite. Yes? Okay, thank you so much. All right, stick around because we're just getting started. Okay, we also have Hoshiar. Hoshiar, would you like to be a part of this discussion on domestic violence? Hoshiar, hello, you have to respond to the invite and unmute yourself. Hoshiar, hello, yes. Can you confirm for me? Yes, would you like to be a part of this debate? We are live on Twitch, so I need to hear a confirmation from you.
Sorry, I am my language English not perfect. I am in my country in Iraq.
Okay, very good. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. But anyway, do you want to be a part of this discussion? Yes? Do you want to be... for the next 10 minutes, we will be talking about domestic violence. And also, you will have a chance to answer questions.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Yes? Okay, we are live at the same time on the internet, okay? We're broadcasting. All right, very good. All right, so Hoshiar, welcome. So nice to have you all the way from Iraq. That's wonderful. And we also have Zoot. Hello, Zoot. Would you like to be a part of this discussion? We are discussing domestic violence. Zoot, you have to respond to the invite. Zoot is not unmuting his mic. How about Sikam? Sikam. Please respond to the invite if you want to be a part of this discussion. Hello, Sikam. You wanted to be a part of this discussion, so now is your chance. If you can hear me, respond. And if not, we'll ask somebody else. There is a person, Love You. Hello, Love You. Would you like to be a part of this discussion?
Yes.
Hello? I cannot hear you. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yes. Hello. Yes. Okay, very good. What should I call you? What should I call you in this group?
You can call me you.
You? Just you?
Yes, like EU, like European Union.
Oh, okay. EU. You. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. And so that makes 5. Anybody else wants to be a part of this discussion on domestic violence? Okay, we have Tim. Hello, Tim. Or Tim O. Hello.
Sorry, am I audible?
Yes, you are. How should we call you, Tim O?
Call me Timo.
Timo? Okay, yes. Timo. Okay. Or just Tim. Okay, very good, Tim. All right, everybody. Well, listen, don't go away because we are going to assign the roles to your discussion group panel. So let's see who is going to be our leader. There we go. I'm spinning the wheel. And the leader is August. Okay, August. Welcome. So as a leader, August, all you have to do is make sure that everyone is engaged, talking, and maybe if there's silence, move on to the next question. All right? Something like that.
Okay.
But of course, you can speak your mind as well. Okay, who is going to be our timekeeper? Let's find out. Our timekeeper is Hoshyar. Okay, Hoshyar, your role is to be actively involved. You will be speaking a lot, but at the same time, if you find there's silence in the room, just suggest we should move on to the next question. Okay, Hoshyar? Okay, next active participant is Supti. Supti, all right, and another active participant is going to be you, okay? So please talk a lot. Who's our devil's advocate? Let's find out. Our devil's advocate is Tim. And Tay, at the end of the discussion, I will also ask you to provide a summary, so maybe 2 interesting points that you remember from the discussion, okay? But no matter what your role is, guys, you are all expected to speak your mind, talk a lot. You're going to get 10 minutes to start with, and if things go well, I'll extend the time. The questions are on the screen. By the way, if you're joining us right now live, we are on twitch.tv/EnglishPalette. All the links where we are live are in my profile, Discord profile. So just click on my profile and you will see links to Discord, to Twitch, and to YouTube. Where we are live right now. Guys, domestic violence, we are discussing it with people from all over the world. The leader is August. So, August, are you ready to take this away? Hello, August, are you here in the room? Hello, August, are you here? Hello? Okay, August doesn't seem to be audible right now. Maybe we can bring in another person. How about Guy? Guy, you are a member of this server. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Guy, you will be our leader, okay? Since we cannot communicate with August. All right. Are you ready to start the discussion?
Yes, can I also participate in between?
Oh, Jazzy, okay. If there is silence, yeah, feel free to join in as well. All right, guys, are you guys ready? Right. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Time start.
Let's go.
So, I do believe that abusers can indeed change. I believe everyone has the opportunity to change, no matter where they have started in life and what direction that life has taken to bring them up to a point where they in this instance, raise their hand against their significant other in any way, shape, or form, whether it be man or woman. I believe that they do have the opportunity to change, and they should be given the chance to change. But at the same time, I also believe that they should also have to deal with the consequences of the action of raising their hand against a significant other, because no matter what, in most cases, no matter the reason for your wrongdoing, it doesn't take away from the wrongdoing itself, unless it was against your own free will. It doesn't. There is no reason for that a wrongdoing to be any less of a wrongdoing. No matter how you were brought up, no matter the life experiences, a wrongdoing will always be a wrongdoing objectively. But I do believe that they should also be given the chance to change and to rehabilitate, and to given a second chance in order to learn from their mistakes and become better people.
Okay. All right, anybody else wants to jump in, guys? The question is, can a person who has resorted to domestic violence change and be trusted again?
Hi.
Well,
Okay.
you go first.
Okay. For me, I think it is possible for a person to change. However, I don't think that trust is something that will follow. So it's really more of a question if a person can really change who they are, because I feel like violence is somewhat deeply rooted in our personality, on our character. It's something that you feel live with, it's something that you inherited, something you grew up in such an environment. But I also do believe that sometimes the way we were raised, the way we were brought to this world somewhat connects with how we treat other people. And I think it's more of a question of, can a person really change who they are? Not just if it's not just in violent way. Can they change their mind? Because violence, what comes after violence?
Yes, honey. Another 10 minutes, okay? Anybody? Come on, guys. What's up?
I also like to speak on the second topic that I see, number 5. What's the difference between discipline when it comes to children and child abuse? I believe that the difference is because this is a very thin line, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The line between discipline and is a very thin and blurry line, which can very easily be crossed over unintentionally, or very easily be crossed over unintentionally without without the parents' realization. A good example would be a common punishment is more or less taking away a device or one of the electronic device like the gaming console or the phone or the tablet or the computer or the laptop, if like the grades are slipping on the spending, or you feel that spending too much time on those devices, and taking the devices away is a perfectly fine, perfectly reasonable form of discipline to teach them that they can't continue to spend too much time on these devices. But this can also be taken very far to an extreme when this was a trend that not too long ago. This was a trend where parents would film themselves breaking or forcing their kids to break their phone, break their laptop, or break their console because their grades were slipping, because they thought they were spending too much time with it. And that, I do believe, that would be child abuse, because you're implementing like a very deep emotional scar towards them. Because even though the parents that bought it and more or less legally own the console, phone, or laptop, when you give it to your child thinks of it as, this is my own property now. This belongs to me. This is something that I own. So by asking them to destroy something that they own, something they have they have a very a very big connection with, you're implementing an emotional scar, which can definitely which I believe is which I believe is child abuse. Then there's also there's also like, it's pretty well known that African American households, it's pretty well known that there is often pretty well known that African American households, or just there's the stereotype of the kid gets beat a lot. That stereotype is very much true, and I will say this: most cases I wouldn't call them child abuse, because usually it'll be because they're not too it's not usually not too hard, not too much force, and not enough to actually injure or cause severe harm to the child.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm mindful of the time. I just hope everybody else has a chance to speak. We have 3 minutes left.
Okay. If I may, or
yeah, sure, yeah, okay, just jump in. Okay, which question do you want to comment on?
In part all, but it won't span more than a minute. I think what I want to say.
Go ahead. For it.
So, well, perhaps it may more than a minute, but I can hear others and talk as that happens. So the theme is change, I think, and at large, there's a sentiment of what abuse may be. I get that the guy 1000 spoke of particularly African and Afghan areas where parents take to items and in practice hit, so to speak, the children by that. And there was also a mention of a video that I think would be good if you could speak of that after. But personally, I think that every sense of an action merits a dialogue. And I think that people who commit to an action, there's a reason that they feel makes sense to do it. And I think the act of a change can happen if they get a perspective to a different community. So perhaps that's what...
Interesting point. Thank you.
That's what psychiatric care is. So I think abuses may change, but even the sense of change, it differs across communities.
All right. I think I'll extend the time a little bit, and then there are other people who want to chime in as well. Thank you so much for that. That was very interesting. I'll give you an extra minute, guys. What do you think? What is the difference between child abuse and disciplining children? Do you have any comments?
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are, August. Go for it.
Oh, I'm really sorry, sir.
No problem.
Can I speak about that question? As a also, I am a teacher, so the difference between abusing, the difference between abusing a child and disciplining a child is that abusing is you will do physical abuse in the child. So let's just say you will hit him. So that's child abuse already, because here in my country, it's really conservative. I mean, if you will visit Philippines, you will not really see parents that will hit their children. But if you're going to discipline them, it will be only by words, by not hurtful words, but in a calm way, so that also they will learn what are their mistakes are. I mean, I'm really against a child abuse, and if possible, don't hit any children. Even if it's just you will just a little bit slap, but we totally disagree about that one. We really don't do that here.
Okay. Thank you for that. That's great. Tim, you wanted to join and say something as well? Please do. I hope everyone gets involved.
To add to the point regarding the child abuse and disciplinary, the difference is when you child abusing is like, it's not only, it doesn't involve just action or beating up the child or anything. Physical action. It also involves mistreatment, bad intentions, like you're really abusing the child to do things that you're not supposed to do, and then in contrary to child abusement, discipline is when you try to teach the child something, to obey the rules. For instance, in school, I think August will know that when the child is misbehaving, you either send them out of the classroom, or you give certain punishments so that they'll obey. And to add to Mr. Gandhi's point regarding the African American households and everything. I come from India, and I think every Indian can relate to this. I mean, we grow up getting beaten up by our parents. We don't consider that to be um, child abuse because there is a disciplinary intentions in that. I mean, our parents beat us just if we come home late, for instance. But I guess this actually depends on the community or the environment you grow up in. As in most Western countries, I don't think they hit their child. I guess.
Yeah, in most Western countries, it's illegal. It's basically illegal to do that.
Illegal.
Yeah.
But then in our society, when the Western watch us, when they hear our stories, to them it feels like it's like our parents are abusing us. It's nothing like that. But there are also cases that it's a bit of complicated. But then here's a perspective that people should understand about our Indian society, that our parents beat us not because they're abusing, but because they want to discipline us. It's just our way. I mean, but that doesn't mean that I'll do that to my child as well. There's going to be certain generational changes, I believe.
Thank you. I'm sorry, but I'm just looking at the time. I am really interested in what you have to say, but we just cannot drag it out so much. We already, our time expired, and I do want to be consistent and allow people to speak. And at the same time, as a teacher, I want to instill in you in this idea that there is this urgency, okay? We have a discussion and we need to, unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut you off at this point. Thank you so much, guys.
Can I clarify? Was it 10 minutes for 4 large questions?
No. Basically, the 10 minutes is sort of like a guideline, and the idea is behind it so that people know that they are on a timer. Okay,
but it's
and
all
if
4 questions.
Yeah, no, not for all 4 questions. No, that is impossible. Yeah. Thank you. I prepare a series of questions.
clarifying.
Yeah, it's up to the leader to decide which questions they want to tackle.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's no problem. Thank you so much. Well, everyone, let's reflect quickly on... Oh, no, we still have a summarizer. Tay, are you still in the room? Hello, Tay. I think we lost Tay. Who would like to summarize this discussion? Maybe you can mention 2 points that were really important, that stuck in your mind, in your memory. Anybody who wants to sum up this discussion for us?
Okay.
Go, Tim. Go for it.
Guy talked about the abusement in the
I would like to
African-
try and sum it up.
I'm sorry, Tim is already doing that. Sorry, Guy.
Can you do it, Guy? Would you like to do it? Guy.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Thanks, Tim. Guy, go for it.
You're already doing it. So, yeah, I would like to do it.
Yeah, go for it, Guy. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I would like to do it. I've heard from my perspective and Tim's perspective, more or less beating your child beating your child is more about the intention rather than the action, and also the force involved. And from August's perspective, it's more or less frowned upon in her. It's more or less frowned upon to beat your child in the social structure that is in her country, the Philippines. But in our countries, it is more or less the status quo. So it's I guess the definition of childish is different in different societal in different societal climates. That and it changes depending on the kind of society that you're living in, the kind of place you're living in.
So what you're saying is, to sum up,
I believe that
go ahead.
this is something that everyone should more or less keep in the back of their minds when you're going to a new place, that you should more or less understand the norms and things there.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Can
So
we propose
I like that point. What you're saying is that sometimes smacking a child on the bum is in some cultures it's just a part of communication, parent-child communication, whereas in other cultures it is perceived as violence. If that's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that's basically what he meant.
Yes, thank you.
Can we propose that as point 1, and may I offer point 2?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, very good. All right, offer point 2 then, if you wish to do that, please.
So I think the word communicative, I think that it also matters to recognize that pain is felt, even if the person who puts the beating isn't recognizing it momentarily. And the pain to the child, or even the pain to the parent for wanting to hit the child, I think that's something that has to be addressed, and that's the crux to the word abuse. And so perspectives matter, and I think it boils down to, do they feel pain? And if they feel pain, then change ought to happen. That's where care, psychiatric care or therapy comes in. Yeah, blood is not nice.
Yes,
not very communicative.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, wow, another that's a great summary, by the way, and collective summary too. Thank you. So not just one person, but some of you contributed. Wonderful. Good. A big round of applause to everybody. Yes, I'm just looking at the time. I don't want to stretch this class too long because I know the topic is important, but we're going to start losing our audience. Our audience is going to tune out and start playing games. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys. How did you do? What do you think? How did this discussion go? Was it were you able to speak your mind? Were you able to formulate your opinions, and or what would you want to improve next time?
Well, I think the only issue we had was like, I guess we were short on time, I guess.
Yes, right.
But so far, I think we've been able to let our opinions out. It was helpful.
Okay, very good, very good. Sorry, August, you wanted to say something? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I mean, this is a really good topic because some countries really have, I mean, for us in the Philippines, we really do have a lot of, just say we call it OFWs, so that's overseas workers. So some of them are really having an abusive bosses. So at some point at the age of 17, 16, they're going to other countries just to work because our country is just a third world. So yeah, I mean, this is a really great topic for me in which I can share with my class tomorrow, I guess so.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Please do that. You can actually use some of these questions if you want. Just, adapt them to your needs. Thank you so much, guys. Unfortunately, I'm looking at the time and I really, really need to get going slowly. But yeah, but it's unfortunate, right? But you know what? The thing is that we are live on Discord 24/7. And what I would encourage you to do is basically to just move this conversation to our lounge area and just continue this discussion. This is actually what we usually do. After our class is over, we move on to the lounge. And that's when those who are a little bit shy, who don't want to be on the public stage, that's when they voice their opinions. So I think we will experience some of that today as well. Well, before we part, I really want to thank you again for your amazing participation, everyone, today. Thank you. A big round of applause. Excellent. That was really amazing. Okay. And once again, I want to encourage you to follow the channel, support it in any way you can. Please become a regular if you think this is useful for you. And of course, join us live on Discord when we are live so that you can be a part of these lessons. All right, everyone. So we are here broadcasting live from the English Hub on Discord. I hope to see you there. We're moving to our lounge area to continue this discussion. But for all of you watching us on YouTube and Twitch, thank you so much for joining us again. And I hope to see you again on English Palette. Have an awesome day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 All right. What a great class, guys. Thank you. See you next time. See you next time.